Hard to believe college basketball season starts in just 6 days. In honor of basketball season beginning, I've got Ohio men's basketball head coach Jeff Boals here with me. Is it hard to believe that we're already 6 days away from the season starting?
Yeah, like you said, it's hard to believe it's almost November. And, as a coach, you never feel like you have enough time, but everybody's in the same boat. And, we're excited. We've been practicing a long time, so it'll be exciting to play somebody else.
And you guys are playing James Madison opening night, MAC Sun Belt Challenge, second year of it. Do you feel like it's benefited the conference as a whole to be able to get another opponent of the same tier in terms of RPI in a different conference?
Yeah, I mean, the concept is good. And, I think initially you're asking each team how good they're going to be, which nobody really knows. So, they match up that first one. The second one, they'll do by net rating. So, I think it's good for the league, good exposure, and, we're obviously playing a great, team in James Madison.
And with that, though, non-conferences, it's pretty tough this year, so to speak. Last year had trouble scheduling opponents. It seemed like this year you've got Penny Hardaway's Memphis, Sun Belt Challenge, Myrtle Beach Invitational. What stands out to you the most about this non-conference league?
Yeah, I think, a lot of the teams we play, they're going to be, at the top of their league, starting with James Madison. We're playing Illinois State, who this should be their best team he's had there. Obviously Memphis. UNC Asheville's always been good. The Marshall rivalry, Austin Peay, who beat us last year. The Myrtle Beach tournament, like you mentioned, playing a tough Middle Tennessee State team. Then you have South Florida, Princeton, Bradley in it. So, there's going to be a lot of 50-50 games that'll be, good for us for, preparing for conference play.
The main storyline this year, just how much is returning for this team. What excites you most about just being able to have everyone back?
Yeah, I mean, we lost, two really good players in Jalen Hunter and Miles Brown, two guys that, played in a lot of games, two guards that won us a lot of games. So, we have a good core group of guys back, starting with A.J. Clayton, Sharif Mitchell, and then our core junior class, A.J. Sheldon, A.J. Brown, Elmore James, Aiden Hadaway. Then we're adding two really good transfers to the piece, and then, we have four really good freshmen. So, we like the core group we have coming back, and then, the 6 new guys coming in.
The transfers have been a big talking point, some of the best transfers you've had in your time here at Ohio. What do you like most about them and their game?
Yeah, I think, you look at Jackson Paveleski from Iowa State. He comes from a winning program. They went to the Elite Eight. I think he played in almost every game, played minimal minutes. So he wanted a bigger role. And with Jalen Hunter, leaving, who took over from Mark Sears to Jason Preston, that position's really important for us. Then Vic Searles played at Ashland University for 4 years. He brings another winning mentality, was coached by a great coach at Ashland, won a lot of games, played a lot of minutes, and he's using his 5th year here. So, two guys with experience coming in.
And one of those 4 freshmen you mentioned, not playing this year, but your son, Chase, he's on the squad this year. What has he added to the team so far? Yeah,
Chase tore his ACL, so he's about a month out of rehab or surgery. I think he'll bring a great energy. It's great having him around as a dad, and as a coach. He loves the game, wants to be a coach. So I'm looking forward to the journey with him. Wish he could have played this year, but, the process and journey for him is a little different. So it'll be good to have him around.
When's the last time you were his coach?
Oh, man. Growing up, I was always gone, so I couldn't really coach him. But I would step in every now and then and coach practices. It was a little different, but I talked to some, Tom Izzo, Danny Hurley, Porter Moser, all had their sons walk on, and they said 100% would be the best thing you ever do. So, we did it, and he decided he had some Division III opportunities to play. Wanted to be around us, loves Ohio University, loves the guys on the team, so it'll be good to have him.
And some of those guys on the team, some preseason honors for them. A.J. Brown and Sharif Mitchell, all-MAC second team. A.J. Clayton, all-MAC first team. Do you think those guys are embracing that in terms of what they're going to be able to do throughout the season, even though it's just preseason honors?
Yeah, I think, it's awesome to be recognized. But, if you look at the whole thing, the preseason, no one really knows. And, these accolades, us being picked first, it's based on what they did last year, what we have coming back, what we did last year. But at the end of the day, when the team wins at the end of the year, those when the individual awards follow. So, I think their mindset's pretty good with, having a growth mindset, just continue getting better, and ultimately the prize is to win the championship at the end of the year.
And you mentioned picked first to win the MAC. Do you think that this team is kind of, letting that get to their head a little bit in terms of this is a big opportunity? You're going to have a lot of targets on your back from teams. I mean, you're going to not be everyone's Super Bowl, but it's going to be a big game. Do you think the team's willing to embrace that opportunity?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest question. Can you handle, the attention that you have? It's a different role than what we've been in, the last few years. So, like you said, teams are going to be shooting for you. You have that number one, bullseye on you. And I think that's, sign of a mature team, sign of a championship team, being able to handle those, accolades. And, how do you deal with adversity? How do you deal with prosperity? So that's the biggest question going into the season.
And when you look at this Mid-American Conference slate, a lot of teams lost lots of transfers came in. It feels like Akron has an entirely new team, and they won the conference last year. What do you think stands out the most of this conference about you this year?
Yeah, I think this is the first year in a while there hasn't been turnover coaching. So you got coaches returning. I think maybe 12 of the 15 all-league players either transferred out or graduated. So we have an influx of transfers coming in. Toledo's going to be good. Kent's going to be good. Akron's going to be good. I think Miami's going to be good. Bowling Green. So I think the competition, from top to bottom is going to be really good this year.
And for that Mid-American Conference slate, 3 of your guys' games got picked to be nationally televised. You have ESPN2 coming in here for a Tuesday night game in the middle of conference play across the entire nation. What does that mean for your team to be able to have that national spotlight, some of that recognition?
Yeah, it's great exposure for number one, our university, for our athletic department. And any chance we get to show off the Convocation Center with our students, the crowds that we have, is a bonus for us. So it's great for recruiting. So we're excited about those opportunities.
I want to go back to the summer a little bit, and a lot of the same guys in there. Good time to be able to grow with the team. What do you think you learned most about your team over the summer and the fall, just the off season in general?
Yeah, I think having so many new guys coming in. We had pretty much everybody but Kiefer here this summer, working out, lifting. We did a lot of stuff off the court. We went to Hawken Hills, did a retreat, played kickball, wiffle ball. Paintball. So we try to do certain things just for chemistry standpoint. And, when you bring that many new guys in, have that many core returners, that's one of the concerns as a coach. Our upperclassmen did a great job of really, gelling and inviting those, newcomers in. So I think the chemistry was really good that way. And then they're lifting 4 days a week. They're working out, playing pickup. So I thought we had a great summer.
You talked about the chemistry, the culture. You said last week during media day, A.J. Clayton, Sharif Mitchell, they decided to stay for the right reasons, the culture. Why do you think the culture in this program is so strong?
I think it's number one, who we recruit as people. High character guys, guys that love the game of basketball, that want to be pros, serious about their degree. So, the core guys you have coming back, they can really help, with the culture, with the new guys, because they're coming from different areas, high school, other Division I schools, Division II schools. So it's something that you got to preach and talk every single day. It's important to us, it's important to me, and I think it's a big reason why we've been so successful, the last 5 years.
And finally, the NCAA tournament is obviously a big goal. What do you think your team needs to do to get back there for the first time in 3 years?
Yeah, I think for us, it's making that next step. We've been in that semifinal game a couple years, the last couple years. We were one possession shy of going to the championship game, and obviously Akron ended up going. So, for us, it's just valuing every single possession, understanding the first possession, the last possession, they all matter. And I think with the core group of guys we have coming back, it's going to be a tough non-conference, heading into conference play. So I'm excited about the journey, the process of this team.
6 days away, Jeff Boals in Ohio will take on James Madison Monday night.